Cletus McFarland, real name Garrett Mitchell, may have just delivered one of the most outrageous, entertaining, and downright gutsy drives we've seen in stock car racing in a long time. It happened at one of the wildest places imaginable, Talladega Superspeedway. And what went down there might just catapult him from internet personality to a serious name in ARCA, and possibly even NASCAR. Now, let's set the stage. His first ARCA start at Daytona was rough. Wrecks, mayhem, a 30th place finish, and a whole lot of lessons. That could have scared anyone off, but not Cletus. When Talladega came calling, he showed back up with nothing to lose and everything to prove. Over 70,000 fans tuned into his in-car stream alone, ready to watch him either redeem himself or crash and burn again. And from the very beginning, things didn't go according to plan. Before the race even started, Cletus had already made a critical mistake. He forgot to strap on his HANS device. The rush and confusion of a delayed pit rollout threw off his rhythm. That's not something you want to mess up before throwing yourself into a 190-mile-per-hour draft with 30 other hungry drivers. He started 24th, not ideal at a superspeedway like Talladega, where track position is everything. But once the green flag dropped, the dude came alive. The number 30 Ford for Rhett Jones Racing surged forward. Within just a few laps, he was sitting comfortably inside the top 10. The guy looked sharp, focused, aggressive, but under control. Then the gremlins showed up. Just 5 laps in, Cletus radioed in. "Feels like I'm losing power," he said. The team quickly diagnosed the issue, a broken valve spring. Normally, that's a day-ender, but not this time. Somehow, the engine didn't blow. It just turned into a dog, a wounded, limping dog trying to keep up with greyhounds. "I thought we were done," Cletus said afterward. Ilmore popped the valve cover off after the race. Number 6 spring snapped clean in half. But Cletus didn't quit. He couldn't quit. As he fell out of the draft and dropped to 20th, he just kept it floored. They're yelling on the radio, "Keep your momentum," and I'm like, "Brother, this thing's wide open." He compared the experience to riding a horse in a freeway lane. The rest of the field was flying by him like he was standing still. At Talladega, if you lose the draft, your race is basically over. But he kept grinding, turn after turn, lap after lap, just hanging on. Then came the break. A late race caution bunched the field up again. As the pack came together, 2 cars wrecked right in front of him. One clipped the rear end of his Ford, but somehow, the damage was light. Under caution, he pumped his fist. He was still in it, still on the lead lap, still alive. And then, over time, he restarted 14th. Turn 1 wasn't even in sight before chaos struck again. A slow car bunched up the field and all hell broke loose. Wrecks exploded around him, but Cletus somehow threaded the needle. "Tucked one of my wings and just dipped right out of there," he said later. "I told myself, hell no, brother, you ain't taking me out today." He crossed the line in 10th place, with a crippled motor and barely any drafting help. And the crowd, both in the stands and online, lost it. People weren't just impressed, they were inspired. A guy with a broken race car and a busted start turned in a top 10 finish at one of the toughest tracks on the schedule, all while live streaming it to tens of thousands of fans. Even his team couldn't believe it. Kevin Hamlin, his spotter and coach, kept repeating, "You cannot fall out of the draft." But Cletus made it work. He used everything he'd picked up from veteran drivers, especially Greg Biffle, aka the Biffmeister, to survive. "I just read the air like Biff taught me," he said. "It was all I had left." This wasn't just a good run, it was a moment. And NASCAR noticed. Behind the scenes, insiders are saying ARCA and NASCAR are actively looking for ways to feature Cletus more. Whether it's integrating his live streams into official broadcasts or giving him more camera time, the message is clear. This guy moves the needle. It's not hard to see why. Cletus has over 4.2 million YouTube subscribers. His videos regularly pull in tens of millions of views. He's not just a driver, he's a one-man media machine. Even his prep for the race was content gold. Before race weekend, he filmed a ride-around with Dale Earnhardt Jr. for a 26-minute feature. The two tore around the superspeedway in a streetcar as Dale gave tips on qualifying laps, pit entry, and race strategy. It was funny, raw, and surprisingly insightful. "My goal is just to finish," Cletus told Dale. "But if I can climb the order, I'm going for it." Dale chuckled and warned him, "You gotta balance going all out and staying smart. That's what your fans want to see, but that's also how you stay in one piece." And Cletus delivered. He gave it hell and stayed smart. Barely. And people loved it. After the race, his post-race breakdown was classic Cletus, full of wild metaphors, racing slang, and pure gratitude. "This number 30 car still hauls even when it's broken," he said. "We held on with 7 cylinders, brother. That's all we had, but it was enough." The garage around his stall turned into a party. While Lawless Alan got the official win, it was clear who stole the spotlight. Cletus was the guy people couldn't stop talking about. And he's already made it clear, he's not done. "I want to do this again," he said. "Give me Bristol. Give me Dega in the fall. Let's run it back." What makes him different isn't just his driving, it's how he connects with fans. He's not a corporate robot or a polished PR product. He's a DIY racer with a bald eagle on his shirt and dirt under his fingernails. He learned to drive through passion and persistence, not through a fancy development ladder. And here's the kicker, he's good. Cletus proved he's at least on par with someone like Frankie Muniz, who also raced for Rhett Jones in the number 30 car and consistently finished in the top 10. The difference is that Cletus brings millions of fans and a media empire with him. If NASCAR really wants to reach the next generation of fans who live on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, they need to take a hard look at what Cletus represents. He's not just content, he's culture. He's proof that a racer with passion, grit, and internet savvy can break through in this sport. And if he keeps finishing races like this, who knows? Maybe we do see him in the Xfinity Series, maybe even Cup. "I'm not done with stock car racing," he said. "We made it through Talladega, and I want more. And honestly, we want more too. More chaos, more bald eagle energy, more Cletus." Because in a sport that needs heroes, rebels, and underdogs, Cletus McFarland checks all the boxes. And if he keeps clawing his way up the ranks with broken parts and busted odds, don't be surprised if you one day see that bald eagle logo screaming toward the checkered flag in the final laps of a Cup Series race, hunting for history.